Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, diving into Treasure Map KANJURO with our Buggy team. So, before we do begin, I do want to apologize for my Treasure Map prep video. I did overlook the fact that KANJURO has a 70% HP cut. That's pretty big, seeing as he does 80,000 end of turn damage. I thought just with, like, the amount of HP that you can have in Treasure Map, like 80,000, you'd be hunky-dory. Totally glanced over the fact that you got a 70% HP cut. Pretty big. So, if you are utilizing the buildable teams, you can use, like, Mr. 3 support to get 50% damage reduction. You can also use stuff like Treasure Map Koala on that team. That's a really good option for you guys to get some, some healing and then some damage reduction with the Mr. 3 support. You can also use Treasure Map Sanji with, like, the Nami support. You guys do have some options there, but just make sure you bring someone that does damage reduction, because you are going to want that. Like, you are going to want that, and you're probably going to die if you don't. So, I do apologize there, but if you do enjoy the video anyway, and you like all the Buggy teams, make sure to belt the like button on the video. Hit the big red subscribe button on the channel. Like, 55% of you guys haven't done so. Like, what are you doing? It's good OPTC content, guys. Like hit the subscribe button. Demolish the like button for me as well. And if you enjoy the video, make sure to enjoy the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, so it's Treasure Map time, and my stupid ass realized that I wasn't recording. So I just left the last map that I was in, and now we're back. So, we're going to dive in. We are in New World. Obviously, if you guys can be in New World, I would highly recommend being in New World, as it just increases your drop chances around the map. It also gives you more points. The rewards are just better. The milestones are better. I would highly recommend just staying in New World. If you're eligible to do so, stay in the New World. In today's video, as I mentioned in the intro, we will be testing the Buggy teams. Now, I do have some more accessible teams or some more buildable teams, and I will leave a link to that video in the description below. So if you guys want to go check out that video, the link will be down there. Go check it out for teams that don't use stuff like Odin, don't use stuff like KANJURO, don't use stuff like Izo and Kiku, as well as the new Treasure Map boosters that are Ino Arashi and Mr. Neko Momushi. But here we are over on the Intrusion, and there was something that I did want to change here. I did notice that there was like a death hit, like an 80,000 death hit or something like that on this particular fight, as well as like a HP cut. So like, I do think that, like, I don't think I'll have enough HP if I am running this team. I might with like the Aura Jackson, but at the same time, I just don't think I need Perispero. The big reason I was using Perispero on this particular team was to get around like special binds because of the Sweet 3. But I can just use the double like cat dog strat and just be like good. Or I just don't need it at all, right? But I'm going to start Odin on the team, because I do think with that HP cut, I'm going to have to cop like some sort of damage reduction somehow. Otherwise, we can look at having something like the Aura Jackson. But we're at 162,000 HP. We might not actually need it. Like, we'll have to wait and see. But against Orochi on stage 2, he's actually an int unit, which is pretty interesting. And he puts up 4 turns of damage reduction and defense up. So this is where KANJURO is great to get around that. With the accessible teams, I was utilizing something like Cat Viper or Dogstorm as my captain. So that's another way to get around that, which works really, really nicely. But with this particular stage, we can extend our orb boost from KANJURO with Iso and Kiku, and then with the super typing and the special, we can get the chain lock, which is definitely going to help out once we move into this final stage against KANJURO. Now, KANJURO, see, as you can see, like, that's a big HP cut, and then he's going to hit us for 80,000. I'm pretty sure he's going to hit us for 80,000. So, we definitely want to pop the Dogstorm special. Dogstorm, I thought, gave me an attack boost. I guess Dogstorm gives me an orb boost, maybe? I swear the doubles quick character's attack for 2 turns. That must be a typo, because he definitely didn't double the attack. And it makes sense, because I was wondering why both of them, they're both boosted attack, right? But now when we use Odin, right, we should get color affinity, and now we get damage reduction. So that should be a absolutely fine to kill now, right? Yeah, like, that's going to be a big death hit. So you do want to have some sort of damage reduction moving into this particular stage, which I actually did not notice at all when I was building my accessible teams. So I do apologize about that, and that is definitely something that I will have to amend. So I will go over to that video, actually, once I finish recording this, and slap an edit in the notes for that, because that was like That's some big damage. Like, I definitely overlooked that, and I do apologize if anyone was building their teams. Alright, boss times. Let's go. We're at the mini bosses, and this is where we're going to test our buggy teams. Now, I do have a bit of a philosophy with treasure map moving forward. I am going to do my best to do as many buggy teams as I possibly can. And the big reason I want to do that is because I don't really plan on spending, like, gems on treasure map, right? I never really have, but, like, even if I have all the boosters, I kind of don't have the time nowadays to sit down and actually grind treasure map as much as I used to. Nor do I even have, like, the kind of willpower to do so. So, the whole goal here is to just try and maximize our drops. And obviously using buggy strats is the best way to do that. Now, if I have to change my teams later down the line, I'm not going to be, like, overly bummed about it. Because that's kind of annoying that that Luffy's not ready. That's probably why I was using a different ship. But I'm not going to be overly bummed about it. Because, at the end of the day, like, we're here for the gains, right? We're here for the limit break shards. We're here for the tablets and stuff. But Nami is just an absolute god on this particular stage. I thought she removed bind, but I guess that she doesn't. Or maybe I just didn't have enough sockets to remove bind. I'm going to have to actually play that back and, like, double check that. But lucky for us, we put Big Mom in the middle slot. Big Mom's just, like, the one that's going to do all the damage there. And we're pretty much going to be hunky-dory from there. No issues whatsoever. So that's a big reason why you want to see double buggy. Getting that big orb is good for some. Not great for me. I would have preferred like a tablet or something like that. But with the 3-map structure, we do see a lot more crystal chest drops. Onto Who's Who. We are using Shanks and Buggy now. Now, Shanks and Buggy obviously have a chance of duping a drop. They don't give a guaranteed dupe drop, but they do have a chance. They are a 2.5 times attack booster to slashers and strikers, which this whole team actually is, which is very, very nice. And we actually have wave clearing shenanigans with, say, okay, right here, we get a guaranteed crystal chest drop. And we obviously get all of our, like, boost, like, all of our boosts. So we are going to pop our, what's his name? Kawamatsu special here. The big reason we use Kawamatsu is because he's a wave clearer. And he is recommended for this fight because he removes special blind. But Rayleigh and Gabon also remove special blind. So they're going to be our special blind removers here. We can then remove the bind with the Musketeers. And then we get an attack boost and orb manipulation thanks to our boy Ashura Doji. Ashura Doji doesn't rotate block orbs. That's whack. Alright, cool. Well, I think Raizo is the one that rotates block orbs for that particular fight. So if you have Raizo, you can use Raizo over the Musketeers. But if you're using him somewhere else, you'll be good to go. Hopefully we do see the dupe drops here. They're not tablets you want to see dupe drops of, but honestly, out of everything that I could have duped then, that is like the most useful thing for me. So, there we go. We did get a dupe from our Shanks and Buggy. Let's move on to the next Buggy team now. Onto Sasaki. We are using Buggy and his crew for this particular fight. And the beautiful thing about this particular unit is they have access to the Mihawk support. Obviously, Mihawk is a support rare recruit, but Mihawk's great because he does end-of-turn damage on the final stage, but he only attaches to an int free spirit or an int slasher unit. Being a slasher unit means that we can actually get that end-of-turn damage and allows us to actually wave clear, well, get through the resilience, I should say. We do have Zoro and Sanji on this particular team as our wave clearer, so we can easily just pop their special on turn 2, and that is going to help us move into the final stage. On the final stage, I'm pretty sure you get like a thing where you can't go above a chain lock of level 3. And then we get paralysis and attack down. So Chopper is an absolute weapon here. Chopper actually removes all those nasty defects, which is really, really nice to see. And he sets the defense to 0, which is pretty nice as well. I mean, Carrot wanted to do the exact same thing. So if we just do something like that, we will be pretty much hunky-dory. Carrot Wander actually get color affinity thanks from Chopper as well. We can also get a chain lock from Perispero, and then we can just kind of bang that. Bang that bad boy. We're not going to need the chain lock in the early stages, but as you can see, like, this team does a lot of damage. We're pretty much good thanks to Carrot and Water just, like, doing all the heavy lifting. And then we should get an extra dupe drop from Buggies. Now, it's not a guaranteed dupe drop, but hopefully we get something. Okay? We get 2. So, this is going to add up pretty quick, especially if you are just using free stamina. So, if you have the luxury of the boosters, like, honestly, in my eyes, nowadays, unless you are going, like, crazy grinding for, like, top 100 and, like, top 50, like an absolute madman, shout out to those guys, then this is a really good way of, like, maximizing your drops. Alright, on to Black Maria now. We're using the Buggy Delivery Pirates, Buggy's Delivery, and Buggy's Delivery also have a chance of duping a drop. Now, you could probably run the 6-star Buggy. That's another option for you guys. But the upside to running Buggy's Delivery is Buggy's Delivery actually gets cooldowns on this particular fight and boosts characters of cost of 30 or 50. Doflamingo 6 Plus is not going to get boosted, which is actually fine because the whole team does. The rest of the team does, which is really, really cool. So on the final stage against Black Maria, she's actually got 2 lackeys as well, which is a little bit annoying. But she also gives us Despair. But we should be able to kill them with Kaido, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So Kaido's going to remove the Despair, and thanks to Lafitte, we can also remove the Despair. Kaido actually almost kills Black Maria. Like, that's kind of cool. Now, unfortunately, she does turn all of our orbs into Strength, Dex, Sight, or Int. But if you're running, like, what's his name? If you're running Kaido, sorry, Dofi as your captain, like, all these orbs will be matching, except for Int and except for Sai. You also have the final tap of Kaido. I totally forgot that unit actually has a final tap. That's pretty cool. Like, honestly, it's pretty cool. But once you do kill her, she does revive. She comes back with full HP, and she gives you normal attacks only. And this is where we sort of just pop Dofi. Dofi's special is actually going to make Int and Sight orbs beneficial. And I do think you're probably going to need Blackbeard's special on the revive more than what you'll need the special on stage 1. Because you get all that damage from Kaido. So, again, another Buggy team. Works really, really well. Now, as I mentioned, these teams obviously aren't going to work forever. And when they stop working, like, that's fine. I'm just going to change up the teams to the point where I don't need to run Buggy anymore. But, like, that was the first time we got unlucky. But as you guys saw throughout the runs, we did dupe a lot of items, which is really, really nice. And ideally, those mini-boss fights, they don't really give you that many points, right? Like, the whole idea is, like, getting to the final stage, using your, like, high point boosters, and just being like, cool, I'm hunky-dory from here. So, we're at the final stage now. Not a bad run, actually. Like, not a bad run at all. To get to the final stage and dupe as many drops as we did is really, really nice to see. We do get Dex, Quick, and Psy characters getting their cooldowns here. Everyone pretty much has their cooldowns anyway, so, like, it's not that big of a deal. And then we can sort of just, like, tear our way through here. I wonder if Iso and Kiku, they don't have, I haven't used them enough to, like, remember exactly what their specials do. We are going to get rid of the attack down with Dogstorm, though. And we can use that to extend the orb boost. Do you do damage? Yeah, you do damage, so we can, like, pop you on turn 1. Literally just for wave clear. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Like, not extremely cool. But it is nice to see that we do get an orb buff with Dogstorm now. I did think that was quite weird that they both did an attack boost. But now that we can extend the orb buff, because you can't use an orb buff on this final stage. So you do need to be mindful of that. Cat Viper is actually going to remove the threshold there. It's also going to give us an attack boost, and then we can use the super tapping. We also have color affinity with Odin here as well. But, like, he's going to have so much damage. Like, what's that, 49 mil? Like, bruh. That's before the chain lock. Like, bruh. But that's going to wrap up the treasure map video. Like I said, I do apologize that I didn't take that end of turn damage into consideration for the intrusion. And it's something that's actually really, really big. Like, and I do apologize if you guys did check out that video. It's something that I definitely overlooked in terms of, like, the death damage. So I should have scrolled down, I guess. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. I hope you enjoy the Buggy teams. And I hope they help you out if you do want to actually try them, if you can. But if you did enjoy the video, homies, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, homies, I thank you for watching. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!